Welcome back to My Cat Calling the podcast. I'm your host, Krista Moy, and this is your co-host, Prince Gary. Prince, do you have anything to say? Not even a purd. This week, we have a really fun episode with the very talented Cherise and her not one, but trace cats. We even get an up-close and personal cat meow appearance from one of them. You're not going to want to miss that. Now it's time for our mood check. How you feeling today, Prince Gary? He's a classic Pisces. So he's been really feeling the big shift in energy now that the eclipse is over. He's excited about PSL season because he always gets a scoop of pumpkin in his morning wet food every day. He's a big pumpkin fan. So this time of year is extra special for him. He's a basic bitch and we love him for it. Now it's time for the show and tell segment. Today I've got to show you these amazing earrings. They are laser cut cats with buttholes. I got them off an Etsy shop called Gift of Heart. She's a Los Angeles based local business, and this is a great reminder as we approach the holiday season to shop small business. Jeff Bezos has enough of our money, am I right? Not that this is a sponsored ad or anything, I'm just a big fan of the quality of these earrings. They're available in multiple different backings, including silver, which my sensitive skin girlies like myself should appreciate. But yeah, check them out. Next up, we have our cat chat segment. This week in the cat thread, I shared a hilarious video from the Sprinkle Cat account of a very juicy orange cat dancing to the Pussycat Dolls. Take a look. Wish your girlfriend was hot, 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 hot. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? That was just a living cat pun. 10 out of 10, no notes. Should we try it, Prince? What do you want to do? Girlfriend was hot like me. Next up is the Muse Room. Let's go see what's on the Prince Gary cam from last night. Wow, he really does get cuter by the day. All right, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the pod. Our next guest I have known for many years. We go way back to our college days together. She is not only a very talented artist, but like most Japanese people, a lover of cats, or as they say, neko. Please welcome Cherise Shikai.
Thanks for having me, Krista.
Thank you so much for being on the pod. You have many cats to share with us today. I wanted to know, have you always been a cat person?
So, as a child, actually, I was deathly afraid of cats.
Wow, why?
I don't know. I think it was just like, it was kind of like an instinctual thing. I used to have nightmares about cats when I was much younger. But then when I was in elementary school, we ended up finding a really young kitten stray around our house, and then I was obsessed from there. We started like feeding her. She was probably only a couple weeks old. I remember she kind of like fit within the palm of our hands, and my parents were always like adamant about not being able to like have a pet in the house because they felt like it was too sad, like once cats or dogs get older.
Like when they
Yeah.
die? Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
or when they go through aging and then they start to get ill. But we eventually convinced our parents, because we started like feeding the kitten, and then slowly they were like, okay, fine, you can take her in. I was around 7 when we adopted our first kitten. I think that I just naturally was drawn to them because even where I lived, there were a lot of stray animals. I remember there was one incident where I woke up to like hearing a really tiny meowing noise. I remember like leaving the house to look for where the noise was coming from, and I discovered a really small kitten inside the bottom of a car. It had wedged its way inside the car because it was cold. I started kind of like calling for it, and it actually came out and started following me. So then like whenever it heard my voice, it would like follow me. I still remember it because as a kid, you don't have all the resources. You don't know what to do in that
Yeah.
moment. So I think when I got older, it felt good to be in a position where I can like adopt cats and I can take care of them.
Do you think that the one kitten that your mom allowed you to keep, was that your first cat calling?
I think that was definitely my first. I had kind of a fear of them before, but that kind of instantly dissipated once we found this kitten and we were taking care of her. She was very, very fierce,
Oh.
extremely intelligent, but also like very aggressive. Like even as a young kitten, I just like I'd like instantly fell in love and was like so devoted to like taking care
Yeah.
of her and
There's
um
something charming about like a fierce little kitten though.
yeah.
What was her name?
Her name was Missy. My sister named her, and she lived until she was about 20.
Wow.
Yeah,
See, it's the
yeah.
streets. So, your current cats, what are their ASL age sex litter? Assume they all have the same litter.
Yes. So my two cats, they're brother litter mates, Joe and Elliot. I adopted them at around 10 weeks. They're currently now, I believe, 7 years old. And then our newest cat, her name's Lily. We adopted her just earlier this year, actually, in February.
Wow. And what litter do they use?
They use Boxy.
Boxy. Do
Yes.
you like it? I always ask
I
about litter because it's my least favorite part of owning a pet.
I can tell you I have gone through so many different kinds, and we are now a boxy household. Joe has elimination issues, so peeing and pooping outside. We ended up doing some sessions with a behaviorist. Um,
Mm.
so I spent around 10 weeks with her. She had been the one to suggest Boxy, not only because she felt like it was just a healthier alternative because it's like fragrance free, but it also provides like probiotics that help sort of like eliminate some of the odor. But I think it still tracks like normal litter does everywhere.
Mhm.
But I
I
think
think
in
that's like
general,
an inevitable part of it.
inevitable, there's just gonna be litter everywhere.
What's the dust? Is it like what kind of litter is it?
It's still a clay base. They do have a lighter version that does use a mixture of some sort of like plant-based material. But I found that when we tried to use the lightweight version, Lily started trying to eat it.
Oh no. That's not good. No.
Now, so we went back to the traditional, original kind. I think we're good with sticking with Boxy now.
That's great.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Hopefully we can get sponsored
I
for
know.
this episode by Voxy. That was a great advertisement. I have like the opposite for Fresh Step. I've been using Fresh Step for over a year and I hate it. And I just keep buying it because it's affordable and
I
whatever.
know.
I've tried so many different litters as well because Prince Gary has really large peas. Like they're just like massive. And it's so hard to find a litter that will absorb it all
Yeah.
without like making a huge mess
No,
because he'll
I
like
know.
step in it.
Yeah.
And so I've tried like all of the crystal litters
Yeah.
and low dust, and it just makes like a soup.
When we first adopted Lily, we had to keep her in a separate room just to like kind of let them have their spaces to kind of like acclimate to each other.
Hmm.
And so she had her own separate litter box in her room, and instantly they're like obsessed with just peeing in her litter box, even though it's like the smallest one.
It makes no sense.
I know, and it's funny too because we always know her peas because they're like tiny little balls.
Dainty and like eat, like they're like the ones that they advertise where it's
Yeah,
like, oh, it's this little drop so easy to scoop, and then like
yeah.
in reality, like you're
I
scooping
know.
like a katsu sized.
I know.
It's like huge.
It's like in the corner too, so you like
Yeah,
you have like so much trouble.
I know, it's so heavy. Yeah. Moving on to It Had to Be Mew segment. I would love to hear the meet cute stories of Elliot, Joe, and your new little kitten.
So Joe and Elliot were being fostered by the Stray Cat Alliance in LA. I was in my last few months living in Italy. I would spend all of my social media time just looking at cat accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I was going to move back to LA. I was like, once I move back to LA, I'm going to adopt for sure. And I just knew like if I was going to adopt again, I'd probably want to adopt at least a pair. So I was following the Stray Cat Alliance account. They had taken Joe and Elliot to like an adoption event and they had like the silliest expressions and I just like fell in love.
Aww.
I moved back to LA. I went to visit the foster who was fostering them. She also had two adult male cats. She had locked one of the cats in her room because she was like, oh, he kind of gets like really aggressive with trying to get all the attention. But Joe was fixated waiting outside the door for that other cat.
Oh.
And Elliot was just running everywhere, like this
Stress.
like black blur. My foster was she was nervous because she wants me to like them. So she like was trying to like grab Elliot, but he was just like slippery. Like the only way he come towards me was like if she took out like a can of food. And as soon as he heard the can, he just like rushed over and kind of like,
Like the opening of the
yeah,
can.
he was just like
Yeah.
sat there. And like Elliot's like such a glutton, like full on just like food obsessed. So even as
Mhm.
a kitten, I can see that now. I just knew right away that like I was gonna adopt them.
And then what about Lily?
So last fall, our dining room is a sliding door to the backyard. So we had the blinds open, but it was dark outside, and all of a sudden this little face just like looked into our slider window, and we're like, "What? Who are you?"
Oh my gosh, it's like Oliver Twist or
I
something. Please say.
know. And from then on, like we have a ring camera too that looks into our backyard, and when we would check it, we would see this like tiny kitten just like hanging out. She would come maybe like every couple days. So we started to try and leave food out for her. I remember not sleeping very well at night because I was like worried about the kitten. Eventually, she would come a little bit more regularly, knowing that there was going to be food around. My husband Miles got her a little bit on like a routine. He would feed her right when he would wake up in the morning, and we'd realize she would always wait on the side of the house to see if we would leave the food. Once we would like go back into the house, she would come running from the side of the house to eat. So Lily started coming twice a day and like we'd like kind of hang out, and even when we weren't home we'd see the ring camera catch her like kind of looking into the slider. But you know, over the course of like the end of the year we like set up a shelter for her. We were so worried because coyotes in our area, and she was really little,
Hmm.
very skinny. Around January, um, I had some days off, and so I was home a lot. I would just like sit outside while she ate, and she was like okay with that. And eventually, she started like rubbing on us. Like
Aw,
she,
that's
we,
how you
I
know.
know we got her little toys, and she wanted to play with them. So and finally at the beginning of February, we like took her in. I kind of had suspicions because she looked like she was like slightly plumper. She also had like kind of these like dark rings around her nipple. When we took her to the vet, they confirmed that she was pregnant,
Oh
or she
wow.
was at least showing signs of pregnancy because she was already lactating.
Oh geez.
Didn't realize that cats, they're able to get pregnant as early as 4 months.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
shocking.
And also, like, apparently you can detect kitten heartbeats as early as 2 weeks into the pregnancy.
It's so sped up compared to
I
humans.
know,
Wow.
and we were like so sad for her because she was such a baby.
Yeah.
And we are like, oh, which, because you know we had at that point become very familiar with the other like neighborhood cats, and
Yeah.
so we're like,
Which
which
one
one?
of these hoodlums ruined her?
Luckily, like they said that they didn't detect any movement, so it could have been like a false pregnancy. They said also sometimes too when a cat's mated with, even if it didn't take, their
Mhm.
body kind of like goes through the motions. But with the spay, they were like, oh, we can just easily terminate it. She's still like early on. She's still like it's like totally a safe procedure.
Mhm.
So we ended up doing that. Since then, she's become so like such a happy, healthy kitten. She's very fierce, like my childhood cat. She's tormenting Joe and Elliot every day.
Love that.
She's
Keeping
has
them in
so
check.
yeah, she has so much energy. But yeah, she's been a like really lovely addition to our household.
Aw, I love
Yeah.
that story. Cherise, patron of the cats. Saint Cherise. Cats wandering up to you and you just take them in.
Oh, El-
What?
Elliot's coming. He's like, what?
Elliot in the fur.
Yep.
Hello, Elliot. Making yourself known.
Yeah. He's like,
Wow.
hello.
Look at this. Up close. Hi. Wow. Anyone who's listening to the audio of this is missing out. Got the video version's so much better.
This is always my conundrum with working at home on Zoom. Is just like cat butts.
I mean, also probably the best part of
I
working from
know.
home. So nice to see you. Oh,
Oh,
he's finding a
just
spot.
spoiled. Yeah. He's
So
like,
cute. Love
oh,
it. So, what do you think makes a meaningful connection with cats for you
uh-huh.
or
I
in
think
general?
it I think each cat has like such a personality and you have to be on their terms a little bit. It's honestly the same with people. It's really just giving them the space and letting them kind of acclimate to the environment. And if you give them that time and space, they really appreciate it. And then they feel comfortable enough to kind of like establish that bond with you. I also too, I just feel like they can kind of feel your intention. I think about my own positive thoughts in a way like I'm just trying to be friendly and I respect your space and I think that they can feel that.
Yeah,
Um
absolutely. And I
yeah.
think like they can feel when you're just trying to control them and they're like, no, nope. Just like my
Yeah.
person.
Totally. Nothing can really be by force or it doesn't end very well.
I was watching this like interview with the subway takes. Do you
Oh
have
yeah.
And there was like a pregnant woman that was talking about how if you are the type of person that like doesn't give respect to the cats really teach you how to give people space. That's what makes like a good cat owner and a good like connection with a cat, and people that like don't understand, you have to
Yeah.
like really like study them and
Yeah.
earn their affection. It's not just this given, like cats are
Yeah.
like, no, you need to show me what you're worth and I'll decide if I want to stick around.
Totally. And I feel like too that's maybe why a lot of like maybe more introverted or just more reflective people or people who find introspection a bit easier
Hmm.
find it easier to like be around cats. I 100% agree with that. Like it really kind of teaches you how to be a little bit more intuitive, but also like I think also be more considerate and really like try to understand other people or creatures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do cats inspire any of your art, any of your illustrations?
Yeah, definitely. They're so fun to draw, honestly. Like most of my illustration in these days goes towards a salvage bandana brand that I work for. He's based in Osaka, Japan, and that's where he also has these really beautiful bandanas made, and they're like still hand silk screened and everything. Actually, this shirt that I'm wearing was a collab that we did. It was a
Oh, let's
space
see it.
it was a space cat bandana.
Wow. Wait, are there
And
cats on it?
yes,
My gosh.
and
Is
so
that for
I
sale? Can we plug the link to that?
yeah,
Collab.
it was an older bandana, so I have to check if it's still on the site. I obviously used my cats as models for it. Yeah.
I love that. I would love to rock one of those shirts.
Yeah,
It's so cute. Do you follow any cat artists
I
or people
do.
that
I
make cat art?
yeah. Like Nick Vargas has such like fun, iconic cat illustrations. I do love Hannah Hillam's account and also Lucy, I believe it's like Nicely. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her last name properly. But she's an artist based in Chicago. She does a lot of sort of like comic shorts, but I love her like cat focused ones. That she's done around her own cats. There's also this really fun account. It's a maker in Japan that does these embroidered cats. But they're hilarious because some of them are like walking inanimate objects. So like upright cats, but then they have like a sushi on a leash and
Oh
stuff.
my God. That's amazing.
I love that account too.
I just started following, I think her name, it's Caroline and Friends. Her whole shtick is like, I'm bad at art, which I love. Her drawings are very childlike,
Uh-huh.
but she has a lot of cat focused art that she clearly is a cat person.
There's also this really amazing it's a retail space slash foster called Cat Collective. I don't know if you've
Oh,
heard of it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
my favorite. I love how they like have all of these like cat art shows and things like that there, and they host a
Yeah.
lot of events and stuff. But yeah, I love to go visit and like spy on all the little foster cats.
Yes. I know. If I could foster more cats, that would
I
be
know.
amazing. My cat is pretty used to being an only child, so
Yeah, I know. It's definitely a big decision to introduce another cat.
yeah.
It was for us for sure.
I'm always on like Instagram and looking at cat stuff on Instagram. Have you bought anything from the Instagram targeted ads?
I have bought one thing, which was the Ryer cat. It's the toothbrushes.
The long ones, I don't know. I have the
Yeah, they're like they have two ends to them. One is like
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
One's like a pick.
yeah.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get ads for those again now.
I
I already
know.
have one, so don't send me that.
I know I had bought two for Joe and Elliot. I do feel like they have been useful for me, but I really try to resist because anything else that I've bought through an Instagram ad has been disappointing.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you bought anything else?
I bought one of those like wet brushes. You know how
Oh,
it looks like it gets a lot of hair,
yeah.
but like, it doesn't work as well as it shows in the video. I still use it because Princey does like it.
Mm-hmm.
I think because it's like wet like a tongue and he enjoys licking sensation,
Yeah.
but I'm not like super impressed by it. Which one of your cats would be the first to eat you if you died?
I would probably say Elliot. Well, I don't know. It would be a tie between him and Lily probably because they're the
The
big
fear.
food, like scrappy food children.
Mm,
Especially Lily because she's like, I was a street cat. I eat everything.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah. Yeah. Elliot's so funny though because he obviously loves all food, but he's especially attuned to desserts. So,
Really?
yes, which is weird. I mean,
Cats don't typically like
they
sweet.
can't taste sweet, is what I read, but he will suddenly appear anytime you take out any sort of sweet item. During the summer, we bought like the you know the Korean like Melona bars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's obsessed with those. Like,
Wow.
he like hears us opening the freezer and he like comes running. So
That's
funny.
incredible.
Yeah, he's a dessert cat.
I've never heard of that before. My cat also is like food obsessed, but like
Uh-huh.
he's like a sauce queen. Anything with sauce, just very
Oh,
into licking it and then getting a stomach problem afterwards.
no.
It's terrible. So are all your cats in the room with you now?
Elliot has left since he was on my lap, but Lily and Joe are sleeping on the cat tower that's right next to me.
Okay. Can you show us how you call all of them? Like each one of them?
Oh,
When we
um,
see that or hear that?
yeah, I usually just call them by their names. I can be sometimes creepy though. I don't know why, but when I approach my cats, I usually whisper.
I love
So
that.
I'm like, hi, Lily, hi. I'm like,
In their
ciao,
ear.
ciao. Yeah. Um, I know. I like realized the other day. I was like, it's so weird. Why did I do this? It's super creepy. But usually I'll like call. I'll be like Jojo, Jojo, or Elliot is just like Elliot, Elliot. Um, yeah, and Lily, Miles calls her Lilito sometimes.
Aw,
We're
that's
like,
cute.
Lily, Lily. She's like,
Lilito.
I know, she's so much smaller than Joan Elliott, but she has such a confident, like, swagger when she walks through the
Yeah.
house.
Do they have favorite places to sleep in the house?
Currently, it is this cat tower that's in the cat room. We literally moved the cat tower like 2 feet towards the center of the room, and now they all are like obsessed with it. All three of them will come and just sleep on the different tiers at the top, like during the day, with one cat on each.
That's amazing.
Um, but yeah, the Lily and Joe are currently on
Oh,
each.
so good. Like their own like condo that they have their
Yeah.
own level. Are they like specific to a level that they prefer, or do they rotate?
They mostly rotate, except it's very interesting because Elliot's always at the top.
Ah.
Yeah, because he's the most like leave me alone. Joe and Lily kind of play sometimes. Elliot just doesn't want her to like be attacking him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna be up here where you can't get me. Okay, controversial question. Do you
Yeah.
have a favorite?
Uh, I I don't. I think I have my
That's the
different.
right answer.
I don't. I just like I have my different sort of like things with each cat. Elliot's definitely like mama's boy. Like he wants you to like look him in like he wants me to look him in the eye while I pet him. And
Yeah.
he loves belly rubs, which is also a rare thing for a cat. Joe, he's also like my other baby because we share a lot of these like health and like anxiety things. Like he's very
You're tethered to
yeah.
your.
Like he's very like anxious and has kind of his like particularities, and I feel like I do too. He has a lot of things that are tied to his like digestion, and I have a lot of my anxiety triggers my stomach issues, so like I feel like I really can understand him.
Yeah.
Lily, I have my own connection. Like I'm the female of the household and she also is too. So there's always kind of
Yeah.
like I
That's
feel like she's
the
also kind of like
sisterhood.
testing me sometimes.
Yeah, she's like, ugh, us and all these boys, am I
Yeah.
right? They're all so cute, and I love how they are all like versions of black and white.
Yeah.
It's super cute. Well, thank you so much for being on this podcast. This has been so much fun to meet all of your cats. Do you have any place that you would like people to find you at all, or
Yeah.
anything to share?
You can, people can find me on my Instagram. I usually post cat content a lot in my stories, and also you can find a lot of the illustration work that I do for the bandana brand. It's called One Ear. But yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's been so much fun to talk about my cats, actually. I always feel like I try to like filter it when I'm in social situations because I don't want to like overwhelm people with my cat stories.
Absolutely. That's why I've created this space because I find that that's pretty much what I want to talk about the most with people, but it doesn't always take, especially if people are not cat people. Whenever I find a cat person, I'm like, can we talk cat? Well, that's the end of our show, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and Prince Gary today. You can follow us on all things social at My Cat Calling, and you can hear or watch us on all things that have podcasts on them. If you liked anything about this episode today, even if it was just the Prince Gary Muse Room, please give us 5-star rating or leave us a comment or a review. That would really help us out to get this podcast going. All right, scratch you later. I love you.